Okay, I wanted to make this little video on how I use Spotify, and I don't know if it's going to help anyone at all or if anyone's interested whatsoever, but it's just been a way that I've kind of been expanding on in the past couple of years of how to discover music using Spotify for all its pros and cons. And I just figured I'd pass it on and see if it works for anyone else, and you could take at least some things from this and create your own system. But basically, I've gone through and I've put everything in the folders and then these folders into more folders, and basically the music that I had liked from CDs and things like that I've compiled into all these folders. I have this big kind of system that I'm working on now called Emotions, where they're all kind of put into emotions, and then I could be like, I want something ethereal, and then I have ethereal adrenaline, ethereal ambience, Ghost in the Machine, sonically complex hypnopop, and these all mean things to me. Some of them are right on it, like sonically complex hypnopop. It's kind of like what it says on the tin, but Ghost in the Machine is like ethereal, more kind of house style with some longing vocals. It's, like as long as you get your own system for how you want these things to be laid out. Another big one that I have is Studious, which is, obviously the music that I listen to when I'm studying or working and stuff, and then I have it into different categories as well. So just having this is a bit messy right now, but I need to condense it and clean it up a bit more. I've been thinking about just making them maybe all under the emotions category, and then I could take out emotions and just have happy, sad, blah, blah, all the way down here, which, works for some of them, but doesn't work for some of them, like time and place and soundtracks and things like that. Part of the band is what I make when I really like a band and want to pick out all my favorite songs of them. If their albums don't do it for me, I want to pick out select songs. But anyway, I want to talk about how I find new music. So basically, what I've done is I've gone through and my like songs I use as a limbo place for my Discover Weekly that I check every Monday and listen throughout the week. And then normally after that week's done, I will, if I'm listening to songs, and let's say I like Space Cowboy by Flipturn, I will add it to my like songs. And the reason why I use like songs is that wherever you are in the app, you can normally just press OK, or if you have it on your phone and I'm listening on headphones, I can normally just call up my Google Assistant and say, add this to my like songs, or do it in one button press. And basically that puts it in this limbo place where I can come to at least once a week, and then I can start dragging them into where I want to organize them from, and then that will take them off my like songs. So that's why I only have two in there right now. One normally, and then I go through my, and then normally if I add like a lot of new songs to this warmth wash over me one, am I happy, then I will normally like listen to the past couple of songs and then start seeing if there's any new ones that's there. I make radios, a lot of them, just ways to find new and different songs. But if you haven't listened to your Discover Weekly, I find they really are very dynamic, very waver, unpredictable on their quality. So as you can see here, also the thing when you're listening to Discover Weekly is you can remove songs like this. So next time I go listen to it, it will skip these ones, which is very good. You can also save them. Like you can come here and you can add them all to another playlist. So like down here, as I try something new, do I have it? Yeah, I have this Good Discover Weekly from a couple weeks ago that I was like, oh, I really like this one, and I wanted more time to listen to all the songs on here and sort them. So that's another strategy I use. But basically, just this technique of using your Discover Weeklies and things like that, adding it to your like songs as a waiting period before putting them into the category that they're supposed to be in, because you can't always just do that right when you listen to the song, is a good way. And I also find having this like songs limbo is very helpful for if like this song I've only listened to once, and then sometimes like when I get to Thursday, Friday, a little bit later in the week, I will just play through my like songs, um, and then be like, oh yeah, that one's still good. Yeah, let's put that in there. Or just like, oh man, this one was like good on the first couple listens, but I'm really not getting much out of it now, and it's starting to feel like it's just weighing me down. Then I will take it off my playlist, my like songs, which is a good system I find. I also have all my vinyl and my CD libraries saved in here too, which is also a nice way to find some new old songs that you had forgotten about, and you're like, oh yeah, I really like that song. I forgot all about it. So that's another way of doing it. And then just as like aesthetic purposes, I have everything color coded. Um, orange, and then I also have it so that it kind of tries to fit the vibe of what I'm going for here. Like in the garage, there's just lots of punk music, and I have a logo for it like that. And I find this is also just a fun way to customize your music to suit yourself, and is a way that I know how to do it. Because like when I come here, I could actually take these names off, and I could be like, this is on the summer patio, which is my like 2017 summer playlist. I remember. Does it say where I made it? No, it doesn't. Okay, but yeah, so that's just how I organize Spotify. Quick little video, but yeah, I hope this. If you're looking on how to organize Spotify, I hope this isn't a bad place to start. And you know, I don't know how to organize albums. If someone can tell me how to do that, that'd be fantastic. I wish that I could have it in a grid system all the time on albums, and then when I went to playlists, it didn't make it a grid system because then you can't. Like this is so unusable. If you let me use folder pictures, it might be a bit better, but I'm not going to come down here and hover over each folder. That's just ludicrous. So I have to have it as a list. But the albums are just, they're a bit usable as a list. But anyway, I wish I could put the albums into folders and stuff. As of right now, you can't. So yeah, I'm still working on that. We'll see how that goes. But that's also another way that I find music, obviously, if I'm like, oh, this is an album I listen to a lot. This is one where I found one song on it that I liked from my Discover Weekly. I'm like, okay, let's add the whole album because it looks like a similar vibe, you know, judging it by its cover, just as you're supposed to. And yeah, but anyway, hope this helps.